That should work. We got 3 devices now. Yesterday everything crashed and burned. Not everything. Fortunately, the main that was a nice painting, and coming back, good painting. Um, the palette cam decided, oh, I didn't like this card, and the battery pack died on the pocket recorder. So the audio recorder. Much nicer result with this. I'm not going to use the paper towel no more. All that lint. And then I've been like, because I've got this new lens coming, which is manual focus only. How about that? You in focus? It's definitely in focus. Um, I've been just weaning myself off of the. Oh, I have been in stubby mode lately. Oh, I like it stubby. We're going to talk about the scene in 1 minute. Just getting my act together here. Okay, I like that. Um, yeah, okay. We'll talking about the scene. So I painted the scene before, but it won't. I know some of you will recognize it, but it's taken a big change. And then that big change was actually turned into a way bigger change because I made some changes. They were kind of subtle, brought in a different sky, but maybe you'll be able to see the reference image if I'm setting it up that way today. But in the center was just this big dark mass. I'm thinking, no, I want something there. I don't just want to. No. It's the ocean. Now, with a road. Actually, if I could pull this off, this would be definitely saleable for here because this is the kind of scene you could see here in New Zealand. You're on the hills and you turn a corner and you see the ocean, and this is sunset for days. And but I got to be careful because I have definite strong sideways light, so it's all got to be reconciled. In fact, the sky's got different light direction than the trees, but it won't matter. It won't matter. I'm gonna make it all work. And actually, you'll see in the references like these little lines. I never paint those. You might want to be the guy that try or gal that tries, but they're such a cliche. For one, for two, they're hard. For three, it never really comes off. So that's 3 good reasons not to paint rays coming off the sun. Yeah, streaking out. Here we go. 10/16, October 15th. 2025. We're wrapping up 2025. Seems like we just started, but hey, what are you going to do? Is this still good? Nice. Yeah, when they get stubby like that, that's a 2. Worn down from. Oh, come on. There we go. Is that a 3? Yes, it is. Anyway, you get the idea. It was like that. I don't want to take a lot of your time. Oh, grid. We got a big problem today because my T-square is missing, going. Don't know where. Don't want to start accusing people, but I've ordered a new one. I'm going to have to just get by without it. I do have my big plastic one back there, and I probably will have to use it at some point to because we got, yesterday it didn't matter that much because I had a painted scene with no real obvious horizon. So if you don't have T-squares, what you going to do? And then obviously we're going to need to do the same thing for the horizon, but it'll be this one easier. Once these grids are in, that doesn't seem square. What did I do? Yeah, that step didn't used to matter. It doesn't matter as much as the T-square. Now, yeah, I feel that the it's a bit higher, the in the reference, but that's okay. We don't care. Nice. Okay, ready to start. I do have the focus assist on. I'm trying to, and there's a wonderful focus assist in the new Canon cameras. That is like these three things. I just discovered it last week. Great, it tells you. However, I'm really hunkering in on it. One thing you do notice is that you can actually get a little finer focus if you don't trust it completely. All right, here's the ocean. We don't have to have things perfect right now, but there's a little wheel on this board. This tree here is on a made-up tree. Made it by the robots, not by me. That's pretty cool, actually. It's a byproduct of many different sessions. Finally, it looks pretty cool. You'll notice we're doing kind of more of a blocky anything. I'm going to need to open that ocean up a little bit. What's that? I just remembered. I did one whole painting yesterday, forgetting this. That becomes increasingly important as what the hell? Now the problem area of this painting is all right here, okay? This angle, it needs to be less steep. And these trees, now, yeah, I was looking at the work of somebody the other day. I want to point out that you think having these little gutters, like you could say, oh, I'm going to have sky in there. Don't do it. Just take that tree right off. I'm telling you, I've learned this the hard way. It's always better. This way we move the viewer over into the scene. We're taking quite a few liberties here. Come up a little higher. I don't want this to, there's no reason for it to be super diagonally. That's a word, trust me, it's a word, I'm telling you. Yeah, I have super sunset colors with afternoon light. Every time I do this, I pull it off though, so I'm just going to assume I'm going to pull it off. I like this bit of little grass there, here. Sometimes, like, you can say, I'm drawing, but it's good to draw, but not get all drafty, if that makes sense. Hopefully that's making sense. I know it doesn't sound like it makes much sense, but by that I mean don't really go slow and make sure you're working on every little thing, because what you're interested in is the big shapes, their relationships. You're interested in getting your imagination engaged with the scene, right? One of the reasons that I'm maintaining that light source is because I think this is pretty key, having this bit of shadow here. This is some tricky stuff. Going pretty dark there, Mike. It's quite dark in the reference. That's got to be why. It's not bad. Long streaks. Look, I'm going with horizontal strokes, not diagonals here. Because so we have, they're called metal roads here. Maybe they're called metal roads in the States too. I wouldn't know. I'm a city boy, suburb boy to be more accurate. We didn't have metal roads. We had paved roads. That's pretty good. Let's get rid of this big sky. It's really a sky painting in a lot of ways. Yeah, this is a great way to embrace the square, very squareness of the much of that we'll have to work out in the painting session. This road has been the major struggle because it's like real narrow here in the reference. I can't seem to get it over anymore. So it's okay. A lot of that's because I took the horizon line down. I'll get it to work. It'll be all right. I guess that's good enough. Neither one of those claps was great. Yeah, I'm really pondering this T-square. I'm smart enough, though, to not start running around accusing. Because last time I was missing something, I put it someplace dumb. So it could have fallen somewhere. I don't know. Don't matter. I got my big one out. That'll get us through. We are going to mix colors now. Are you ready? No, I do have this. It's like wanting to poke in my face. I don't want that. There we go. What I'll do for you is I'll just leave off with the little ones. I'm going to use these. There we go. I got two. That's fine. It's fine. A little bit of blue. Yeah, now notice how I brought in a little bit of Mike's gray there. A lot of times it might be the raw umber or the gray, either one. Here, there's like in the center of our reference, it's just this little patch of blue, which I really like. And knowing me, I'll put it in a couple different spots, but it's going to be a minimal thing. So, and since we're just starting fresh, we're back from lunch. Let's talk you through the palette here. We have going counterclockwise from our right. We have titanium white. We have titanium buff. I'm not going to get any details. I'm just going to get through it. Cad yellow, yellow ochre. We need more of that. As we'll do it now. I mentioned it before, but I got this tube from a neighbor 2 or 3 years back. I'll probably be using this for the next, I don't know how long. You never know, though. It's not painting bigger. Oh, that was a mixture. I get it. I don't want to mix that in. Mars yellow. Yeah, I'm not giving you any information except information you don't want. I am sorry. I just think that's funny. Okay, ready? Okay. Raw umber, Mike's green. That's acrylic yellow plus ivory black. Cad orange. See that? I kind of stir that up a little. That'll sometimes help. Same deal here. But this one's okay. That's Cad. Yeah, fortunately, the Cads are very expensive, but they dry slowly on the palette. That is Cad red hue from Winton. That is cadmium red. That is burnt sienna. We're going to need a lot more of that. We're getting very low. This tube's nearly gone. Oh, I'm pretty sure I got a big bunch in the... Still, I got probably enough left in that tube for a couple more painting sessions. I think I got a tube in the drawer there. If not, I've got several at home. And I have half a tube of real burnt sienna, which is a little tiny bit more opaque. Still lovely. Rose madder, burnt umber, perylene black / green, permanent green light, diox purple. That's mostly Prussian, but there's some phthalo in there too. I'll have a lot of blue in this painting. Just saw me mix it. That's Ivory Black, Mike's Gray, and Mars Black. Okay. That's for up above. It's quite a dark gray. It's quite cool in the reference, but I've pretty much decided I'm going to make it warm. I am going to have lots of cool grays too, though. I don't know what the deal is with that. Oh yeah, it's just starting to do something. What is he doing? Sometimes I'll do that. It's like, I wanted it pretty, we're going to need some more ivory black. I had started with too much burr number, so I just counterbalanced that to get, with some blue to get me into the cool gray tone that I know I won't. I'm pretty excited to paint the sky. I have painted it before too, as a, I think as a, like a skyscape. 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 Trying to do my metal. Skyscape. Okay, I'll stop. Now, I need something. We're gonna need more ivory black. I know that, and we're gonna need more Mike's Gray too. So. It would have been good if I could have done this before lunch. It didn't work out. Hopefully this painting will go really quick. I got a feeling it's not going to go that quick. And I can tell you why. There's a lot of different elements. And it's a bit more complex than quite a few that I'll do quickly. But that said, I plan on not really working too hard. That's fine for the gray. To top up those bits. Now we got the whole range of, we're going to do a transitional. And I'm going to start off with this. I know will give me kind of a smoky kind of thing. That's nearly where I want to be. And what's going to make it transitional will be the gray. See what I'm saying? And if you're looking at the reference, it's like a little slightly darker version of that color that I'm seeing in there. I took it slightly green. Did you see that? Did you? So I think that's working okay. Well, that's yellow ochre for you. I was saying that in yesterday's video. Which is flawed. This hopefully will be great. I've got a big goal. Palette, audio. I've been on the fence with the reference. I came up with something yesterday because of everything screwed up, but I had a mixing session like this, so I did have that, and I put that up with the reference image. That I think was cool. But reference image going out to the world all the time, I don't know. Okay. Now here, I'm going to use you, get rid of that. Watch that CAD. That's pretty good though. There's a little more yellow. I should have used, oh, I can still do. And that'll bring in that, no, it's not strong enough to fight the CAD. Oh, I'll just go with that. That's fine. I'm getting, it's slightly more gray in the reference, slightly more greenish. Or it's not so much greenish as grayer. Whoa. And this is one reason I like these littler knives for lining up my colors, but that's okay. Pretty happy with my drawing. A little bit of a struggle. You can see I darkened in some bits there. Right when I got back from lunch, I could see something there. Okay. That blues.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Yourself?
Very good. Oh, great. Come amble on in, look around there if you want. That's good. Are you guys visiting Whangarei or?
Yeah, we're just down from Pai here.
Oh, nice.
So come down.
We haven't been here for such a long time.
Oh, really?
So with those plates in the gallery, are they? Do you...
So they're gonna have an auction. So this is the art center. It's been here since the 80s, right?
We've been to it with the plates before.
Okay, yeah.
So, but do you do a silent auction?
It's a through Trade Me.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, so you just go bid on your plate. It's a great way to support the quarry. Yeah, because
Okay.
a lot of times, I mean, some people collect my work. They've got it really cheap, which is fine. Yeah, it's all good because, like I said, it supports quarry. And a lot of times I'll just do something a little different than I might do normally just for fun. But
Yeah, the plates are lovely. Just something simple.
Yeah.
I'll have a look on Trade Me.
well, thank you, dear. I think there's probably there's a little postcard or something like that around up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, or a little flyer. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
done deal.
Oh, I'll
Thank
see you guys later. Won't you please? Okay. That could be a yellower, but I think it's fine. I want to do a white now. That's pretty good. There was a long time I didn't do that plate because people were picking my stuff up for $40, $50. Oh, there you go, it's $50. But now I don't care. You know, that's the great thing about getting older. You just let things go. Things don't matter. What matters? Making good paintings. And mostly that matters to me, right? And appreciators of good paintings too, I think. But okay, quite a few colors in that sky. I knew that when I was thinking about it. This might be, it's not a big painting, but yeah, it's going to take a little more time, I think, than usual. Well, I got all afternoon. I got even tomorrow if I want. I don't. I want to do tomorrow. I've been making a slightly bigger painting each day of this week. Okay, so next, we'll just do a second string here. Whoops. Yeah, I'll go too light on that. I do think it's good to modify that black, that Mars black there, we just threw down, with some burnt umber. Why the Mars black? The Mars black is, it's a bit uglier than ivory black. You can even see that on the palette. But it's a lot more opaque, maybe 3 times more, maybe at least twice as much. I don't know, I haven't got my chronograph out, but And the reason why that's useful for me, especially for this job, which is almost the only job I use it for, is my shadows, is because I want to come in thin with the shadows. Now's the time to top up anything missing. Apparently I've got my hands on it anyway. Because once you're painting, you don't really want to stop and start messing around with squeezing things out. Right, we might need more. Contrast, my friends. There's a lot of beautiful and inspiring colors in this reference. I can see something now too. Just zoomed in a little bit. That little angle there, that's helping. I think I mentioned right before I left where I was struggling there. Okay. And it's a great sign when you're thinking, ooh, that's going to be cool to paint that color. That will be cool to paint that color. Let's see if you do when I... Probably change our battery before we start painting. Bunch of greens here. Let's start with this. Now, I'm just going to kind of stir this up a little. It wasn't scabbing, but it's starting to get kind of dry. You don't need all that. That's rose madder. It's just going to keep, it's a defakifying in the dark way. I've been doing that for years. I don't always do it though. I've got strategic reasons. There's like a bit of a red undertone going here. And that's a bit dark, but whatever. Speaking of, so that's for the opacity. That's going to give me something kind of fake ass looking. That's all right. I could bring in numbers, but I'd be bringing in the numbers for days without changing much. Everything's very transparent right now. So you can see that did modify. It still looks too fake for the landscape, but I think if I bring in some burn number now, we'll get, there's a nice natural. Still too cool. I'm liking that. That's almost like a burnt sienna. A little richer. A little richer. Okay, nice. I am seeing these cherryish, and I've just decided, so that's my black, that's my dark green, that's my dark red. Now we're going to do our, we're going to do a medium green, and I'm just using Mike's green straight up there. Now, and now we're going to do a little bit more of a red. It's quite brown. I was doing something similar yesterday and made the mistake of adding the cad red, the real cad, not the cad red hue. That's why the cad red hue got its job, because in mixtures, cad red hue does the things that you wish cad red would do, which cad red always blows things out, and you go, oh, then you got to balance everything, and then your color's a little muddier than you might want. Okay, boom, 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 beep, 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 doo, boo. There's a really rich color in that grass. The orange is really important to get that. See? Perfect. And you might have been thinking, cad yellow, which is a great thought, but I'm not mixing that. I'll be doing that when I do the highlights as I paint. We're just averaging things out. So last thing we really need is a couple colors for the road, and we're going to start painting, and we're going to get this done. It's 2 o'clock. Holy cannoli. Holy cannoli. I got back late. We're kind of trying to do OMAD these days. What's that? One meal a day. I'm pretty content if I do one meal, maybe have a bit of salami or something later. Or nothing. Fruit sometimes, piece of fruit. I am actually quite happy with this drawing. Okay. You're gonna dry anyway, as soon as we use you. You could lean into that burn umber. Okay, that's just like way too tan, but that's all right. Oh, Mike's gray. We're gonna be dark road color. Yeah, so the ivory black is in the mixtures. It does the darkening. And you think, teachers don't give their students black because they think the black ugly's up to painting, man. You give them that Mars black, watch how ugly things get in a hurry. But that's not the case with the shadows, which is what I use it for, and certain colors. But if you think was pretty happy with Mars black when I first tried it, and I'll just use it instead of ivory black on my palette. That didn't work because it's too ugly. You're too ugly. You ugly, son. Now, I think we'll do for the other road color. We'll do that. Well, this is going to go hecka green. Right? Not even related, you're saying. Hey, whoa. That's okay. Bring in some of that. That's pretty good. I don't know if that's quite enough. And this is one of the jobs, the mixing red. That's why I call it the mixing red, the cad red. Let's go a little. Let's see. Actually, it's perfect for neutralizing the green quotient of many of the colors on my base palette will have greenish tendencies. So it's there to help me compensate with a lot less impact than previous solutions like the yeah, I really had that zoomed out. Yeah. tree trunk. Okay, boys and ghouls. There's a guy who has a comic book channel. It goes over on Boys and Ghouls. I haven't seen any of his videos for ages. That's one of the reasons I'm on the Substack. I'm trying to get everyone on the Substack because now, if you go a little bit of time without seeing my stuff on YouTube, you're still going to get an email saying, hey, and then you go, oh yeah, Mike. I love Mike. That's my man. That's my painting man. Okay. Here we go. Now, brushes. Yeah, I don't need anything too small. I can already feel that. Ooh, not you, though. Not the treacle. I need the, would you move, Sam? Yeah, like the broken, that's what I want. Right size brush for the jobs. Yeah, I think my ear tricked. 3 is going to be good in this. And of course and for the, that's my trickle 2 filbert foliage, the foliage brush. Now, I think I can get by with a 1, the Silver Grand Prix 1 for the darks. That's probably good for now. It's probably good. I like it when this box isn't here, but the camera's on the box, so. And the 50mm is doing a good job. Now I'm going to go ahead and, okay. Yeah, I don't like to do that. Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. Glasses off. We are ready to paint away the heartache. Okay. Yeah, so this is a DOS bristle filbert. It's been broken. This has mostly been used for skies, so you can see it's been used quite a lot. I am going with this one that's been broken a little because it's not a huge paint. Also, it's been great to see the reference bigger, but I'm going back out. You can see I mixed that blue pretty light, and that's because it's got kind of this one drop. Oh, there'll be water too. I didn't even mix any of that, but I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do there. That's a little too clean. There we go. Nice. This brush is doing good. I don't want a lot of blue. I just want a little bit. Okay. I probably mixed more than I need. That's okay. And the blue's in because it blue's in first because it's behind everything else. So I'm going to do a little reset here with the brush, just black. So maybe a little tiny bit of orange. Let's get it out of blue mode. Nice. I think I had that over warm. I did the same thing there. I mean, I over blued it. That's okay though. I'm kind of liking this. Nice color. Now, so if you're looking at the reference, you see there's, well, it's all orange on one side. Yeah, you want to bring in a little of that gray there. You just do. Okay, voice of experience. And you, once you do it, then you'll say, oh, I do see some gray there. Okay, but otherwise you might just get real focused in on or thinking orange. You know, but you want, if you got a bit of color in the sky in one place, it's good to have a bit somewhere else as well. Just a good rule of thumb. Just do it, and you'll see. Just do it. Don't ask questions. Okay. Jumping into that for a minute because I'm gonna red that up a little. That's the burnt sienna. You see why I redded it up, because it still doesn't feel like it's red enough. That's that time I used the hue, red hue. I really want that a lot redder. That'll be another gray. Yeah, I know when you go for the CAD red, you think, well, it's so red, it's really, but it's weak. I feel sorry for anyone trying to use it like CAD red. It's CAD red in name only. It has very, you can see that was a very moderate adjustment. Board colors doing a great job supporting us here. No doubt, probably a lot of it will be left. Okay, here, very tricky. That's the rose madder. Oh, could be a good value. Smoky. Nice. Okay, now the other gray. I'm resisting the urge to go darker. If I'm looking at the reference, I'm thinking, yeah, that should be darker. But that's voice of experience. Voice of experience is coming in and going, nope. How many times, Mike, have you had to lighten those overly dark clouds when you got the rest of the painting in? How many times? Remember what I was saying about here in the reference, you don't see a lot of grays, but you want to bring in a few. That's nice. That's looking good. Okay. think we're ready to embrace the orange-yellow thing more fully now. Don't know if I need it. So. Okay. Yeah, before I go tipping in the orange, a little more blue actions. In reference, that's a proper yellow streak, but I'm thinking, well, it's kind of a good idea, I think, to make it blue, just to tie things together. That's nice. No, that's okay. I think that's good. And we can put a couple dots of the paler yellow in there when a time comes. Yeah, gray, yellow skies sometimes means you got to clean the palette a bit. You can smudge with on the surface of the painting, you smudge things, but here a lot of times you got to come in with a little more purity. Same goes to the brush. I've already cleaned this brush several times, and I think I'm just going to go into oil. And so it doesn't have to be pristine and super clean. That's not important. What's important is that, see, that's pretty good. That's a bit, I'm going to want to mute that a little, and I think a good way to do that would be with the British Umbrella. And bring a little more chroma at a little deeper resonance. That's a lot like what I was using. Let's see how we go with that. Actually, I feel like I want more red. I have to say this brush is doing a killer job. Really happy with this. So why do I decide to do a big press down like that? It's because I was seeing I had a bunch of streaks that are all the same. Kind of a known color, right? Grade orange. Hey, I told you. Yeah, I tell you how many times. You think you'd know better now. That's okay, it'll work. Then you saw a tiny amount of that CAD come in. Oh, that doesn't look as red as I thought. The burnt sienna, like you just told me, it'll give a slightly different characteristic. There's a lot of inherent chroma there. Burnt sienna tends not to let go of its chroma too much. Alright, so I'm just kind of getting things ready for the yellows and the whites. Coming in. Also might be good to just... This is a pressure thing here I'm doing. Just softening. Bringing some water vapor into that. I'm really glad I hadn't gone darker. That's just the right amount of darkness on those clouds now. And it is a little darker in the reference, but like I say, you get away with things in photos. You can't get away with in painting. No way, no how. Yeah, happy. Gray orange is a winner. Winner. Chicken dinner. Okay, now moving into some of this yellow. Definitely more yellow. It feels kind of pale here though. I definitely want a true caddy kind of feel, and you can see I'm bringing in a little bit at a time. I have to say this brush is killing it. I want that more white, but that's okay, we'll come over the top. Yeah, I was using these DOS bristle filberts long before the treacle, and using the toe. But their toe is like not as toey as the treacle. You know, as toey as the treacle. That's looking a bit spotty. That's all right. We're working on it. We're working on it. Nice. So that's actually paler, but I think I'm going to go ahead and jump into this, because this is where we want this. You go, holy cannoli, Mike, I got you. What are you doing, man? That's brighter than the reference. But you knew it was good as soon as it went in. Here, it's probably pretty close to that. Yep. We'll do some more yellows with this. I don't want to go too far with it. Now it's time to bring the orange back. This side here, in a sort of more subdued way. You'll see. And this kind of thing, yeah, I was mentioning. Ooh, that's a little too far. Get some chroma in there. I was mentioning in the last easel talk, the one you will probably hear before you see this video, about, what does it talk about? Brush technique. And I was mentioning there how I like to bring in that light bit like I just there, and quite often in the old days it would be towards the horizon, and these days I say I like to bring in maybe more of a neutral, and this is a more neutral orange, right? It's really good. Okay, I'm liking that. I said this is really good. I'm liking that. Sorry, I do whisper sometimes. You can rest assured if I whisper this, I'm probably not saying anything you need to hear. Yeah, okay. Back to the yellows. I'm going to make a yellow here. It's a little more rich, a little more resonant. Still yellow though. We'll see how that looks. I mean, this dark bit there does look interesting right now, but trust me, that's too dark. So. And actually, when I just looked in the camera, as I said, it looked interesting. I said, yeah, it looks too dark, way too dark in the camera. All right, that's pretty dang subtle. But we're doing okay. Wipe off the brush, back into CAD. Tiny bit of oil. I wasn't getting the brush to conform to, I've been praising it, but it wasn't really giving me what I wanted here. I do like that color though. Okay, now it's going to be more full out orange. It's a bit pink. Look a lot more pink on the palette. That's pretty good. I kind of like that pink. So let's play that up with a little more white. And that's a direction we can go we hadn't gone. So a few more light with the white. And a really good squeeze out of the brush. Rinsing the brush with oil. Always simplify. Let the complexity that, oh yeah, I talked about this, we can. I'm going to look in the camera and see if that was a good idea or not. Not bad. Not great. Not bad, but I'm pretty happy with it. I don't want to get nuts. I'm going to do a little smoothing. This seems a bit too consistent now. A little more of that. Okay, so if you ever find yourself hovering like that, it's a clue. It's time to stop. don't love the sky in the reference. The sky is blue though, and we have some blue here. Now I do want to lighten that a little. I've got a little bit on my brush. Yeah, it plays up how this shape's a little weird. Weird. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm happy. Okay, we're done. Yay! This guy's done. 2:30. Good, good, good. So low. Leave it. These are low on the palette is what I'm talking about. My string of colors, and it gives me less room to paint, but that's all right. That's one reason too I switched to one row across, but I had so many premixes here. Yeah, I'm real happy with that. It's expressive. Is it perfect? No. It's cool. I like it. Okay, we got our ducks. Yeah, I don't know why I decided I didn't need a smaller brush, but I'm just gonna stick with my decision. This very new, fairly new Robert Simmons Silver Grand Prix. That's a 1. And so it's got nice sharp corners. This is a flat. Corners, side, not the best place to have real light stuff. Just saying. That's a personal prejudice, though, I'll admit that. But based on, painting. Looks like I picked up a little bit of white somehow, but whatever. Okay. That's for the darkest bit of the bottom here. That could be a mistake. This is where I'll be glad I left some of this sky color in the palette, because I should have put some in there.
Alright.
Hey, how you doing? Come on in.
There's your paintings, I think.
Yeah.
Lovely, gosh.
Thank you.
Wow.
Bring.
Well, we've got one of them like this. One of these ones at home, haven't we?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, nice. What brings you guys down to the quarry today?
Oh, just a walk.
Nice. Good day for it, eh? Yeah.
Francis Mc...
You can call me Mike, but yeah, it's M. Francis. That's me.
Mike.
Yeah. Because Mike McCarthy's a real common name where I come from.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. San Jose, California, there was almost 20 of us there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. These are like nothing I've seen before. The painting is like what's his name? Van Gogh.
Oh, yeah? Oh, thanks. High praise, dude. Yeah, thanks for that.
You know what I mean? Oh my God. Where's this at? One tree back on Great Ocean Road.
What's that, sir?
Is that a Great Ocean Road, is it?
That's Ocean Beach down there. Yeah, it's a view from up high. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome to have a look if you want. Yeah, I don't mind.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, just trying to get this one to come together. Yeah, I seen you around, man.
Yeah,
I seen you around the quarry here in town. Yeah.
This is a painting of the great wall hole in the wall.
Which was that?
One down here. This is a hole in the wall.
Yeah, that's Poor Knight's Island.
All right.
Yeah, that's Hole in the Rock behind you. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You painted that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Mm.
Okay, thank you for
Hey, have a great day, man. Thanks for popping in. Yeah. I think I just got that out because I like it. It's gonna be my foliage brush now, though, because I'll be leaning into my little side thing. Darks are in. Yeah, there, I just didn't want that hard contrast. I think I'm just going to bring in another color over the top, so I kind of wiped it off. It looks a little, well, it's not my kind of thing to leave somewhere. I'm not leaving it. Okay, so we got our dark green here. Now, you remember we put that madder in there. I'm going to put some of this burnt sienna in there, too. I just wanted to get on all the reds and things. Ooh, that's pretty good. It could be darker. I want these kind of silhouetted-y feeling here. Yes, this painting taking on kind of a chunky, choppy sort of feel, and I could feel it in the drawing, and everything you do is different. So you know when you maybe your intention was no, I want something different. That's not what I want. Maybe that's how that painting wants to be, though. So you gotta respect the changes. That's nice. I don't want too much. I want a good. You see how that red is giving us a nice smoky quality. The red in the dark green, I mean, and then of course the red from the underpainting. That's going to be red. I don't want to go too far with that green. You really want the good things up between the greens and the reds here. That's what I want. Remember this nice dark red we made? It's probably going to come off quite a bit like the board color, but prettier. That's exciting. And here too you can kind of see why I was making sure I had some opacity there. Okay, I can't go any longer without that. Well, you know what? I have a job for you. Let's see my sky brush. Where's my sky brush? Oh. I was going to say you're smaller than my sky brush, but not by much. Anyway, we got better corners, so we're going to use you. Don't want that too popping. Back to reds. Dark red. I can get away with that. And you can see here too, one of the reasons I don't worry too much about a lot of draftsmanship is because I can just get things in good spots, and that'll be lighter red, lighter red. Nice. Nice, this is all more pale greens and things. There was some. Yep, okay. Next green. Some more. That is Mike's green. No adulteration. And it should be fine because it's got to be darker. Okay. Quick detour to the road, I think. Now, you might say, why? Why are you switching to the road? Well, I don't know what color that is, but I've got. Okay, because it just popped in my head. Once you get the road in, and then, because what'll seal everything together is going to be these light greens, right? And of course the ocean. It's quite possible I'll do the ocean before I do the light greens. And of course we have light red to go to, which is really going to pop. Okay, road. be good for that road. Mister, you're trekked. Step on up. Thank you, sir. And you got pretty good color in you right now for that. That's not a pretty color, is it? Of course, roads aren't known for being that pretty. Nice. Okay. That really got quite a bit darker than that bit I mixed. That's good though. Yeah, roads, man, take a lot of practice. That's all I gotta say. I've done them just like in the reference to. I've even done all the little pebbly little metal bits. One of the first paintings I sold, that was a big feature. And I don't think it sold because of that. I don't know why it sold, but I don't think it's because that's looking good. Anyway, you want a little more wiggle, you want a little more change. Alright, so we didn't even use this light one yet. I want more yellow in that. This road would not be fun to drive over. Generally speaking, they're not fun to drive over. But this one looks especially rough. But I've been on them where they were really rough, man. We had that, we had a big hurricane out here, and there was a lot of roads closed down, and I didn't listen to the Google. It said the road is closed up ahead, and I got real far, and it put me through a detour. That was places I never think I would have seen before. I got some air into this shadow hill. That's not bad. And they're kind of holding on to their roadie, whatever. Let's have a look in the camera, see how that looking. You are poking in my face something fierce. Not bad. They're looking like really too deep. All right, that's okay. I think the ear track's doing a pretty nice job. Of course, that light up in it just gonna make those grooves seem deeper. Well, I'm experimenting. Kind of liking that. That just has like it working okay. I think I just put my thumb in a bunch of paint. Okay, we're working. How's everybody? Cameras going there, cameras going there. Not that there's anything I can do about it. I think it's pretty good. There'll be some nice light green coming in there. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm not going to try and get this all. Well, I've been trying to get it perfect. I think it's pretty good right now. It's telling the story of a road. Okay, moving on. Nice. Ocean. Let's get that ocean in. Got some of this. I added the black because I don't want it real. And now that's just dulling it a bit. And we're going to dull it more. I just don't want a real popping. Ocean ain't going to be the way. I know I'm going to want to modulate on the horizon though. So that's pretty good actually. Hopefully I've mixed enough paint. And you're trekked to the rescue. Did a good job on that road, you're trekked. Okay, got my giant T-square now. Hopefully this will work. It definitely will work if I go this way. Okay. We'll start with the light. No, dark. Okay. The orange is just to keep it integrated. So I don't need it popping.
Talking to the dog.
Fighting me. The raw umber in this white is just to get it to fall in. good. That's a little too bright. We've talked about that. I want it brighter than anything in the sky. That's pretty good. I don't need to do a ton here. Probably is enough right there.
This is Beth.
All right, well, just keep painting. Where I got the road in, got the water in. Hey.
Sorry, honey. Having a nap.
Why? I don't think that's a good idea. You want to be sleeping at night.
Yeah, no, I've woken up now.
Oh, good. I won't be back till 4 or something. I got a little bit more
I've got
painting
my
to do.
lecture this evening.
All right, cool. All right, just letting you know. All right.
Cheers.
All right, babe. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Slice of Uncle Mike. Ooh, I could see what happened with the T-square. I was thinking, well, maybe I got out of it without no problem. That's no good for nothing. That's the one I want. Removed some paint. That's okay. It's kind of a nice effect, actually. Now you notice there's some real strong diagonals there I'm not painting. Good reasons for that. Don't put in diagonals you don't need to. Just because they're in the reference. Alright, I'm going to clear this away. I'm not saving that. Okay. Back to the foliage brush. We have to do some and greens on the hill. And if you remember, that was Mike's green, no adulteration. I just adulterated it. That's going to be undercolor. Now these, you will have access to the reference. You can see those ridges. That's from the cows walking. But again, in a very early painting, I meticulously duplicated that effect. I love the effect. It's beautiful, but I'm not going to bother with it today. That said, I don't want no flat looking hill there. Now this gets into what I was thinking. I've been thinking about this for a while. I haven't said anything to you. But here, bring in a bit more gray. See, that's where the permanent green's really handy, because you can do a lot of greens that are different from your foliage. So I don't need these greens popping. It's grasses and bush. Okay, we got this green we made. I am going to do, remember then when I made this green, seemed like a lifetime ago now, but that's got a lot of orange in it, but no cad, and we're going to do a few little highlights with some cad. That's going to look great. And you can see kind of where it's at. It doesn't absolutely need that cad, but that's what makes things pop, you know, when you don't need it and you do it, and, you know, when it's looking good already, I mean. here. I'm going to bring some of that gray. You could, if you are like a painter starting out, you might think, oh, look at all those highlights down there. Yeah, I'll pop them all in. I'm going to put a few, but highlights here, too highlighty will be distracting, so we don't need that. We've got a lot going on, so you don't need too much. You have some interesting brushwork. People will be happy with that. It does need a little more work. We are getting close. Okay. If you look at my transcripts, you'll see, okay, nice. You don't have to tell us, Mike, we know. That's what you do. That's board color, but I think it's fine, not really important to. Like that. I'm pretty happy with all of it. So where we're at now is a those reds I talked about, they're still sitting right there. And I'm probably going to pump that up a little. This is going to be big payoff. And then a little bit of CAD, and then we're done. And it's going to be so awesome. And the first gallery owner or just average everyday puncher that comes along with it, whoa, give me that one. That's freaking awesome. This is a bit chewy. I'm liking it though. The whole thing's chewy. What can I do? It's the way that I was just mentioning earlier. Sometimes the painting wants to be a certain way. Just let it be a chewy painting. Okay? Don't get crazy. Now, I don't know if this is popping enough, given for what we want. That's certainly more popping. That's the tiniest amount, by the way. But it's the chroma that I don't want it too light, so. No, we have to bring a new orange. Like that. That's verging on a bit fake. screen too. I'm liking all that. Nice. I need to do a little more darks up there, but I'm very happy. Before we do that, I'm going to do those little cat. I'm going to have to get me a smaller brush though. This one's it's lovely. Trying to diss it, but yeah, I just need some very small marks there. Okay, so that's probably enough. And like I was saying, remember we did that with the cat orange. Now the cat yellow for the highlight for the win. I could probably go a little more pop in than that for the win. This is long, nope, regular bristle filbert 0. Nice brush. I have this covered pretty well with my, well, it's perfect for this, I guess is what I'll say. We're just talking accents here. I don't want to repaint that whole thing brighter.
Oh, you're still late for you.
Yeah, I gotta finish this painting.
Wow.
Yeah, how you doing?
I am fine. Yeah, I'm looking to see if I can find Richard. Where is he? You know where he is? If you see him, tell him that I'm not going to do these things.
Happy with this painting. I really liked yesterday's painting. I like this one better. Yeah, I don't want that too pop in there. I think we could do a little bit of this. So we're going to bring in a little bit of white. Now remember I said there, but it doesn't mean I couldn't have a few So I see some beautiful little highlights there. I'll leave all that alone. I could do no more of that red up here. Yeah, some more greens. I wanted a few more greens in there. A few more greens in these foliage areas, like here. And last thing, remember this talk, I mentioned it a while back, but I haven't got to it yet. We're going to do a few more things with the black. Just a few, not a lot. And then we are done, and everyone can go home. 3:30. That's 2-hour painting, something like that. A little longer, but whatever. Don't matter how long it takes. And at this point, I can generally revert to a little more of the ivory black, which is a little darker. That'll help.
Did you see that was some pretty cool stuff that moved through on Friday night?
That has been hit with that T-square, you can see. Starting to lose cohesiveness. And now when stuff like that starts happening to you, it's a clue that you're painting, you're done, you're messing things up, that we're okay. So time to get out. That is probably not the perfect painting you envision, but look at it objectively. I'm kidding. Try. Okay, as long as people aren't asking a lot of questions. All right, that's it. Nice. Those trees are very dark. But they are in the reference too, so I'm not too... No, that looks a bit bloppy. I'm going to bring in some more of my red there. Right. Did you know you could buy the book? Landscapepainter.co.nz. The book cost $65 US. Did you